everybody and welcome back to McDougall Cottage. Today, Hamish and I are going to show you how to make a very popular summer refreshment here at McDougall Cottage called Rhubarb Cordial. Now, although rhubarb has been used for medicinal purposes for about 5,000 years, primarily as a purgative and laxative, it has only been used for culinary purposes for about the past 2 centuries.
Although it is actually a vegetable, rhubarb has a fruit-like taste, and we often use it as a fruit in the early spring when other seasonal fruits are not available. It pairs well with things like strawberries and other fruits in pies, tarts, and preserves.
Now here I have some fresh rhubarb stalks from my garden, and I'm going to start by cutting off the leaves and the first inch or so of the stalk. It's important to avoid consuming the leaves of rhubarb as they contain oxalic acid, which can irritate the inside of the mouth and in some cases can even be fatal. Then I'm going to continue cutting up the stalk into about 1-inch pieces. So our next step is to stew the rhubarb. Now we've got 8 cups here of chopped and thoroughly washed rhubarb stalks. We're going to put them into a pan with about 1/2 cup of water. Now we're going to cook these on a low heat for about 15 minutes until the rhubarb is soft and tender and falls into threads. Now remember to keep stirring so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan and burn. Now our rhubarb has stewed for about 15 minutes, and you can see that it's broken down and very stringy. So we're going to let that cool, and then once it's cooled, as this pan has, we're going to add a total of 4 cups or 1 quart of white vinegar. We're just going to give that a stir, cover it over, and then we're going to pop it in the fridge overnight. Now that we've let the stewed rhubarb and vinegar mixture sit overnight, we're going to put it on the stove and bring it to a boil. Now that we've brought the mixture to a boil, we're going to strain it through a cheesecloth. Now be very careful, it's hot. So now that we've run the mixture through a cheesecloth, you can see that we have a pretty clear red liquid. Now what we're going to do is we're going to measure out the amount of this liquid and put it back into a saucepan on the stove. So we measured out our strained liquid, and now we're going to add 1 cup of sugar per each cup of strained liquid. I got 7 cups of strained liquid, so I'm going to add 7 cups of sugar. Now I know that sounds like a lot, but don't panic. Remember, you're making a syrup. So we're going to just mix that in together, and then we're going to bring it to a boil for about 10 minutes. Once you've boiled your syrup mixture and let it cool, you can pour it into sterile jars. And there we have it, your rhubarb cordial syrup. Now, to enjoy the fruits of your labors, just put about 2 tablespoons of the syrup into an 8-ounce glass and fill it with cold water and ice. Sparkling water works well too, or you can mix it in with your favorite cocktail. You can adjust the amount of syrup you use as you prefer. The syrup will last in the refrigerator for several weeks and will make approximately 100 8-ounce servings. Now you have a very refreshing drink for those hot summer days. Just be careful not to overindulge. Remember we said it acted as a laxative? Anyway, take care, stay safe, and enjoy.